Welcome back to Cooking with Bobbi Jo. Today we're going to be making some cream cheese wontons. So my sister stayed with me over the weekend and she wanted to learn how to make some Chinese food. And to be honest with y'all, I have not had an hankering for Chinese food since catching COVID last year and battling long COVID for over a year now. Chinese food has been the last thing on my mind. But me being the wonderful sister that I am, told her I would make some Chinese. So we cooked up a few of our favorite dishes from when we used to go out to eat at Asian or Chinese restaurants. And I always fried up wontons, but I came across a recipe for air fryer wontons. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm not an air fryer cook. I don't like all these newfangled kitchen gadgets. Give me my cast iron cookware or a crock pot, and that's all I need to make a delicious meal. Steve likes the air fryer, and I think it's his go-to way to cook since I don't have a microwave in my kitchen, and I don't want a microwave in my kitchen. But the air fryer is great for heating up some tater tots or french fries. They come out very crispy. So I decided to give the air fryer wontons a try because it would be lower calorie and a little healthier version. So this video is my trial and error process to finally get these wontons to work in the air fryer. So stick with me until the end because I do finally create a recipe that works in the air fryer, but it does take a few tries. We're going to start by making the cream cheese filling, and I used 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of swerve sugar substitute, 2 teaspoons of finely chopped green onions, and I mixed all that together until it was smooth. These are my wonton wrappers, and I don't care if they're vegan or not. This is all they had at the store. I haven't made these in a while, so I've got to practice folding them. Put a spoon of cream cheese in the center. Then I bring up each side to the center like this. I have a cup of warm water, and I'm just going to dip my finger in the water and use it to seal the top where all the sides meet. I have enough cream cheese to make a lot of wontons, but I'm only going to do a few at a time. It's just going to be 2 of us, so we're not going to need that many. I repeat this until they're all wrapped. And this is the wontons wrapped. In this first batch, I'm just going to fry these up. Once the oil is hot enough, place the wontons in the oil, and you want to fry them for about 3 to 5 minutes. And it doesn't take long for them to turn golden brown. You want to make sure you flip them though so they get browned all over. Once they're browned all over, then dip them onto a paper towel lined plate. For the air fryer wontons, I did it the exact same way, but now that they are folded, I'm going to spray them with olive oil cooking spray. The recipe I found says to spray it with cooking oil, then cook it on 370 degrees for 10 minutes. As you can see, I stopped them with 3 minutes remaining because I felt like 10 minutes was too long and I just wanted to check on them. Well, I should have stopped them sooner because they're still overdone. I'm not sure if different air fryers cook differently. I know nothing about air fryers, but you would think 370 degrees would be the same across all air fryers. All I know is with our air fryer, there is no way this recipe can be right. If it looks like this after 7 minutes, imagine what 3 more minutes would do. The ones on the left are the air fryer ones. They are a dark brown and also have cream cheese leaking out. The ones on the right are the ones fried on the stove. But sometimes looks can be deceiving, so we're going to do a taste test of the two.
Okay, comparing the air fried wontons to the fried wontons, the air fried ones were a little overcooked and therefore the shell part was burnt a little bit. But for some reason that seemed to enhance the flavor of the cream cheese on the inside. The fried ones, the cream cheese was bland, but you could taste the shell part a a little better. And I don't know if that was the frying part caused the flavor of the shell to overpower it, or just the deep fried part neutralized the flavor of the cream cheese. But the air fried had more flavor to it.
So basically, I need to figure out how to do the air fryer without it burning it, and it would probably be the best.
I think lower the temperature by 20-30 degrees and cook at the same time, so it won't, because the outside of the shell was browned more than you're used to seeing in the air fryer. So I think just lower the temperature and keep the same time. Don't lower the
Well, the time that they told me to cook it was 10 minutes, and I only cooked it for 7 because I checked on it at 7 minutes.
Right. So cook it for 7 minutes instead of cooking it at 360 or 7.
Diane, hush.
What temperature did you cook it at?
370.
Yeah, cook it at like 340.
Okay, so do you give it thumbs up, drill worthy, or?
I wouldn't call it drool worthy, but it was good.
Okay.
I mean, that burnt flavors, that takes me back to my youth.
Okay, turn your Yeti around. We're going to advertise your channel. Y'all need to go check out Steve's channel.
Yeah, it's just baseball stuff, and mainly it's baseball stuff and me unboxing my card game.
Yeah, at the chatter. Check it out.
Yep.
We're going to keep it, I'm going to do about 340. And then we're going to turn it down. I'm going to do about 5 minutes to start with, and then we'll check them. Okay. They're starting to brown, but they're not quite crispy enough, so we're going to do them another minute or so. We're going to do 2 minutes just to... Oh, they did overflow a little, but I did feel them a little too much. I knew I did when I did it. These look better, but they were chewier and not as crispy as we had hoped, and I don't like the cream cheese leaking out. We're going to try it again on a higher temp. We're going to do 360 degrees this time. I'm going to do 4 minutes. I'm going to check on them, and I'm going to have to do them a little longer. That one's starting to leak a little. I mean, they're getting golden brown, but I'm afraid they're not going to be crisp enough, so I'm going to go a minute at a time. Maybe 2 minutes. That'll put it at what, 6 minutes? Yeah. So in the air fryer, the cream cheese still flows out. It doesn't matter. I put very little cream cheese in these this time, and the cream cheese still flows out. But these look a little crispier. I did it for 360 degrees for 6 minutes. And I think that's going to be the right temperature. So if you want to look good, you can clean them up and get the cream cheese off the side.
What am I doing here?
You're going to review your air fried wonton, cream cheese wonton.
Well, the presentation looks good. It's got a crispy look with a slight browning along the edges, which would indicate a fully cooked morsel of delight. That's good.
Does it get any kind of rating?
Oh, it'll get up 2 thumbs up.
Not a drool worthy though.
That was drool worthy because it was calling the saliva glands in my mouth to open up and help break down the bite of morsel goodness that I was enjoying.
Okay, well,
I think it's the enzymes in the saliva.
the problem with it is when you air fry them, the cream cheese still flows out. So you're not getting all of your cream cheese because some of it's flowing out.
Do I need to go lick the air fryer?
No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more.
In parchment paper in the air fryer, and that'll capture the cream cheese, and then we can just eat the parchment paper and the wonton wingy dingy thingy. That'll work.
No, I'm going to fold them differently. I'm going to make them like little pies.
And you're going to turn this one, this origami folding things?
This isn't paper. This is wonton. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold them differently.
I thought that was clever.
And we're going to try them again and see if we have all of our cream cheese filling in them.
So ultimately it'll end up being origami wonton.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, since we have the time and the temperature correct now, we're going to go ahead and fold them differently so hopefully the cream cheese doesn't leak out as much, because the cream cheese is the best part of this and that's just all leaking out in the air fryer. I was going to try egg with a fork to crimp the edges together, but the wonton wrappers don't work like a pie crust. Warm water seems to work the best when it comes to trying to seal these thin little wrappers. And I find it's easiest to get my finger and put some warm water on it and run it along the inside edges of the wrapper. Make sure you put a spoonful of cream cheese in it, then fold it over and put more warm water along the outside of the wrapper. And then I try to make sure it's all crimped together good. Then I repeat this until they're all done. I'm going to spray them with cooking oil, place them in the air fryer basket, and they all won't fit in. I'm going to have 2 left over, so I'll cook those on the next round.
And we're going to start off on 5 minutes.
Okay, these look done after 5 minutes. The air fryer was hot because it has been used a lot, so maybe that's why it only took 5 minutes. And these look pretty good. The cream cheese is leaking out of one, but that's a lot better than it was when it was folded the other way. I think the last 2 I'm going to do without cooking oil just to see how they turn out. I know all the recipes I have found call for spraying it with cooking spray before putting it in the air fryer, but I'm just curious as to how different the texture will be without the cooking oil. So let's put the last 2 in, then we'll do a taste test to compare the 2.
Okay, so these 2 on the front had oil. These 2 in the back did not. So I guess we're going to put one of each on each of our plates. This has just got some cream cheese from the bottom of the air fryer in it. We're going to taste them to see which one tastes the best, crispiest, or if they're both the same. Okay, so the one in the front has cooking oil on it. I sprayed olive oil on it. The one in the back, I did not spray any oil on. That one, it just has some cream cheese that was on the bottom of the air fryer that stuck to it. That's why it looks like that. So I'm going to let you try each one and tell me what you think. I mean, that's the no oil. Sounds like it's got a good crunch. Sounds like it's got a crunch too. No?
Not really.
The no oil is better?
The edges have crunch, but the no oil has more thorough crispness.
Okay, so I should just cook them with no oil instead of wasting my cooking spray on.
Yeah, I think the cooking spray adds moisture, which it doesn't cook long enough or get hot enough to.
Well, the original recipe I found which gave me the idea of trying it in the air fryer, which the recipe's been completely incorrect. Said to spray cooking oil on it and it'll make it crispier. But after I did all these, I was like, I want to try it without putting any cooking oil on it to see what it tastes like. So that's the one to go with.
Yeah.
All right, so when I post my final recipe, it's going to be the no cooking oil.
The no cooking oil has a crispiness throughout the thing. The one of the cooking oil has more of a soft texture. It doesn't have that crispiness. So.
Okay.
But the taste is excellent.
Was that 2 thumbs up? Because I didn't see it. Okay.
2 thumbs up.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for your review. I appreciate it, Mr. Ryan.
You're welcome, Mrs. Ryan.
So there you have it. I hope you've stayed with us this long. I just wanted to share my process of coming up with a recipe that actually works. And there's a lot of taste testing involved. Steve is such a good sport, and I love the fact he doesn't mind being my kitchen lab rat. And I'll post the written recipes on my blog, and I'll leave a link in the video description. So to wrap this up, after all of that, the best way to do these wontons in the air fryer is with no cooking spray, and you want to fold those into triangles. Oh, and the last few wontons were filled with cream cheese and swerve powdered sugar, so they're more like a dessert wonton. I will post both of my filling recipes on the blog. A cooking short will also be posted today, so stay tuned Wednesday for a reduced sugar, reduced sodium Mongolian beef recipe in the crock pot, and on Friday for the next episode of the Lake Hill City Birds. As always, thank you very much for watching, and y'all have a very blessed week.